Yeah, about your line mate. On Saturday night, he picked up his 60th point, 10 straight years at that milestone, which is the longest of any active player in the National Hockey League. You're just a point away from 50, so does that kind of put it into context what Mark has been able to accomplish over the last decade?
Yeah, it's really impressive. I think when you look at the best players, obviously they have all their attributes, whatever that is, if it's speed, skill, whatever. But I think the most important thing is consistency. And he's done it over 10 years. I didn't know that stat, so that's pretty cool. Um, but yeah, it just goes to show his preparation coming into the season, during the season, to be able to take care of his body to play the games to get to 60 points. So it doesn't surprise me knowing him. So it's pretty cool. Happy to be a part of it here right now.
I think it was right after the Boston game. I'm not sure, but he and Kyle have had the great race going. In terms of the goal scoring lead. And he says, "Yeah, but I want more assists. I'm a playmaker." And he goes out in Washington and does exactly that. We've seen him be a goal scorer, but how much of his playmaking ability has caught your eye?
Yeah, I mean, when I think of Mark, I think of him as a playmaker first. So I mean, him saying that doesn't surprise anyone. I think that's kind of what we've come to see from him over the years, and then obviously playing with Casey, who's such a shooter, and they're a good tandem, and they've been playing together for a long time before I've been here. So. Um, yeah, I think what makes him so deadly is his ability to read the play and know if he's a shooting threat, or if he thinks the holding on to the puck a second longer and waiting for the passing lane to open or something like that is better. He makes the right reads more often than not out there.
And one other, and that, of course, Mark is on the verge of becoming the all-time goal-scoring leader in this franchise's history, going back to the Atlanta days. You always want to get that out of the way as soon as possible, but I think it's kind of cool that now, because he didn't get a goal, he got a couple of assists Saturday night. He has a chance to do it in front of the home crowd on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just thinking, like, in terms of would it have been that big of a deal in Washington? And you're likely going to be on the ice when he does it tomorrow night, if he does it tomorrow night. How cool that'll be.
Yeah. That would be really cool. It'd be really special for him and for obviously for all the guys that have been with here over a long tenure. I've only gotten to know Mark over the last year and a half, but it's still really cool for me to see. I've mentioned so many times how I look up to him and how he approaches every day with his work ethic, and that's a good reminder for me that if I'm out there, to make sure I get the puck, because I'm not thinking about these things.
You guys lose your captain, and I think any team loses its captain, on ice leader. It's going to leave a hole in the lineup. Not to say it hasn't, but you guys have rattled off 6 straight wins since that happened. Just collectively, is this just a case of everybody trying to pick up the slack and do a little bit more?
Yeah, you can say that. I think whenever anybody goes down, it's different guys stepping into, you can say, different roles. If that's maybe a guy like KC playing more on the penalty kill now, or Vladdy, or different situations like that. Adam's so good for us in different situations out there that to lose him, other guys are going to have to step up. Just like if anybody gets injured, obviously he's the captain, and he's a great leader and a great guy to look up to. But he's still around us. He's still here every day. Still see him every day. He's still talking to everybody. So it's not like he's gone.
It's also safe to say this is a team that doesn't get satisfied, right? I mean, you guys already had a good road trip going into Washington, win the first 2 games, but you guys weren't just satisfied with that. You come out and play an excellent hockey game and make it 3 for 3. So do you get that sense from this group this year that nobody's just getting comfortable with success, that everybody kind of wants to keep pushing for more?
I mean, I think so. I don't know. I think you go into every game trying to win. I understand your perspective, your point. We had a 2-game road trip, and then we go into Washington. It's easier to kind of just think, oh, we got 4 of the 6. We can kind of chill out, I guess. But I mean, at the end of the day, we're all winners in here, I think, and we all have that competitive drive to win every game. So I don't think anybody has the mindset of just, okay, let's just chill for this one. We're going to go out there and try and win. Obviously, some nights you have it more than others, depending on travel, sleep, and whatnot. But yeah, we have a winner's mindset, and I think that's huge going down the stretch because every point is valuable, and you want to win every game.
Just one more for me, as you mentioned down the stretch, you guys have played as many games as anyone in the league, more than most teams. Do you look at that as beneficial, that you'll have some rest kind of worked in? You obviously have a stretch coming up where you're not playing much, but even down the stretch, there's going to be teams playing a little more than you guys. Is that a good thing, that you can, weaponize that rest in a good way?
I don't know. I haven't really. We've played more games. Like, what do you mean? We've like a few.
54, and there's some teams that have played 50 and 51, so they're going to have to make those games up at some point.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, makes sense. Hopefully down the stretch, maybe we get an extra day here or there, whenever that is. Every day off in a season like this with the Four Nations going on, every day off is valuable to try and get your rest, or even a day like today where you get to actually practice and have kind of a work day and feel like you got something out of coming to the rink as opposed to just more recovery. So yeah,